All right. I think we're good. I think we're good. What up? What up? What up? I am Seldom Seen, aka John Muhammad, and this is the John Muhammad Podcast Show. And today we got some heavy hitters on the show today. And one of them, I had a chance to meet a couple times out at a couple shows in Detroit, and was able to grace the same stage that he did. So, but you probably know this brother because he's been on the critically acclaimed movie 8 Mile, where he was doing battle rap against my personal opinion, one of the greatest MCs that's ever graced the stage, man. And of course, not only is this brother in the movies, he's also done the Parker. This brother has opened up for Dead Prez. This brother has opened up for Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Rakim, Carrot. Of course, the list goes on. My other brother I got up in here, producer. Not only is he a producer, he's a Grammy-nominated producer. So anything about the Beat Miners came out of that camp. This brother has worked with cats like AZ, Black Joe, Black Moon, Smith and Wesson, and of course the list goes on. So like I said, we got 2 heavy hitters in the building. And now these cats have combined their talents, combined their strengths to form a group called XrossRoad, which I've been jamming that single. Y'all got one, man. Solid. Beautiful music.
Appreciate it.
I love
it.
I dig it. The beat is nice. The vocals are tight. The singing is tight. So, but we're going to get into all of that. So all my followers, all my fans, we got Super MC and we got Baby Paul at XrossRoad. How y'all doing?
Appreciate it, man. Blessings, King. Thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for having us, Muhammad, for sure.
Thanks for coming on, man. I've been excited about this one for a second. So I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to interview these cats and see what parts I'm missing. I've did my little studying, so I've got a lot, but I know it's stuff that we don't even know nothing about, so we want to get off into that. Definitely. Let's go back. Let's talk about the beginning. What made you want to become a rapper? Who influenced you? And a little bit of that journey that it took from where you started off to where you are now. If you don't, no doubt.
Almighty Dreadnoughts. If you know anything about Guilty Simpson is a part of the Almighty Dreadnoughts. We came up in the same rap group. You know what I'm saying? It was like the Detroit version of Wu-Tang, if you will. You know what I'm saying? That's the only people that they could compare us to because of the numbers. It wasn't because they rap like the Wu, just the numbers. So, you know, years and years of Detroit hip hop, you know what I'm saying, doing the different battles and you know, just making records, getting that name out. And then in 2005, I had signed with Big Proof, which is Eminem's best friend from D12. You know what I'm saying? He signed me to Iron Fist Records. So I was signed on Iron Fist Records, and then like after his passing, we just kept putting out records and putting out more records and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To rep him, rep the city, and just keep everything going. I dropped I dropped a project probably like every year since he passed. He done passed for like 15 years, something like that. So, you know what I'm saying?
It's been that long.
In a minute. Wow. Yeah, it's been that long. So, you know, from that, I had signed with Titan Records in 2014, and then in 2015 I dropped my first album off of Titan Records, which is called Super MC the Mortal, and that was a banging record. It's like I still get crazy making love off of that. Along with a bunch of other different projects that I dropped, did a couple overseas projects, just a bunch of gang of features still rolling on. So then we end up running into this guy over here. Baby. You know what I'm saying? So like we was just putting out different records on Titan. Me and my dog Nick Speed did a project. And it like I said, it's just like, to me, like, you got to look it up. It's just a bunch of features we can go on with it, but get to the juicy part. We end up running into a guy that knew Baby Paul, and then my manager, John Jobert, from Icon and Management, he ended up reaching out to Baby Paul, and then we ended up, you know, going out to kick it with Baby Paul. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like me personally, you know what I'm saying, like I wanted to do like a couple of records with him, you know what I'm saying? But it was more like, look, let's see what we could do. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know, I don't just want to, you know, just come out here and get some records from you, dog, and you know, in the rules. Let's link up and see, you know, saying how this situation could work out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For the, you know, the better of both situations. And you know, he gave me this one record. Well, he said like a couple beats, but this one record I messed with, it was called Save Me, which is on the EP. And that was like the first record that me and Baby Paul have recorded. And then like for the whole summer of, what was that, 2018, we was in Titan Records, like recording the whole mass of the Crossroads project. Like it's crazy songs on there that y'all ain't even, you know, heard yet. You know what I'm saying? It's real bugged out. So like all of 2018 recorded it, and then, you know what I'm saying, we was just getting everything together for y'all to hear it now. You know, now we hit. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like to look to get into, you know, more of what I've done, I would just say, people, you know what I'm saying, go look it up and look B Paul up. But that's the short version. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, really. It's so much, man. It's so extensive because his career background, separate from mine, is still very extensive, you know?
It's crazy. And like his back, like, you got to understand this though, Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm talking about stuff that I was doing, you know what I'm saying, after I like grew up. You know, I'm growing up in the game doing it. But while I'm growing up in the game doing it, and the people that is influencing me to do the things that I did, like there's a lot of Detroit hip hop artists that influenced me, Smiley, you know, AWOL, DMW, you know, and the list goes on. Like we can go on and on, because like if you really break down who I am or my style or what you listening to, you will hear, like the people that I just told, like you will hear it. Like if you can tune your ear, you'll be like, yeah, I can hear that. You know what I'm saying? So, but while I'm doing all of that, this guy is making the beats. Like if I could play, like if I had a movie playing, like if it was the Super MC movie, Baby Paul would be some of the theme music in my, you know what I'm saying? Like crazy.
Wow.
But now
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? But now I get to work with him and create anthems. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You're seeing him from
Blessings, King. I appreciate that.
For sure, man. And just like, you know, like rolling with Proof, like when I was rolling with Proof, man, it was crazy. It was like the craziest times, you know what I'm saying, the craziest experiences, you know what I'm saying? And like not only is all those brothers my brothers, you know what I'm saying, we came up in the game together, you know, Royce, M, all of this, like it's so crazy. Slum Village, like everybody that you can hear from Detroit, they came up in that era. You know what I'm saying? We all was linked. We all was linked. So it's like when I hear stories of how, you know, like MCs from Harlem that influenced the culture, MCs from Brooklyn that influenced the culture, and how they was hobnobbing in the clubs or at certain places where they all got together and rapped and battled and made history. That's the same way with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's deep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's real deep.
Wow. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
That's why I feel like the name of the group speaks for itself, and it has so many meanings. It has multiple meanings for both me and Sue. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I didn't want to interrupt. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt what you were saying.
I was trying to shorten it, Baby Paul, to let you.
Nah, you good.
But it's crazy because like he said, the name of the group, it was, you know, like we could have been called, you know,
anything,
right? Yeah. We could have, you know, we could have been called
Peasy and Soup. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We could have been called Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. You know what I'm saying?
We could have been called QD, Queens of Detroit.
You know what I'm saying? We could have been anything.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But the name Crossroads, like it really, like when we heard it at first, like, yo, Crossroads. And then it was like, well, no, we're gonna play Crossroads with an X. So you know, now we got the Malcolm X factor cracking. We got the DMX factor cracking.
Yeah, you know? We got that poetic license to define it for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? With that name.
But
I
then
love that shit, bro.
when you look behind it, like when you look at this guy's lineage and where he came from. Look, I'm talking about proof and proof right there.
I think.
Right. You know?
Yeah.
So like we, you know, like you talk about Baby Paul's lineage, which I'm sorry, we got to talk about it. We got to break it down to this got to produce for Nas. He's got to produce for AZ. He's got to produce for Buckshot Shorty in the Boot Camp Clique. All the stuff in Weston, bro. Are you kidding me, dog? Hey, it's crazy, but like
it's crazy. Like I
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I can honestly say he's embarrassing me right now because when I get all that flooded energy reminding me of my past, I feel like I'm still young and he saved me too. Pause, because I was frustrated with the business of the industry, not necessarily the creative aspect. And I was just coming to a place where I was gonna walk away from the game. You know, like
you were about to walk away with all that heat.
You know what I'm saying? Like not because I didn't love the music, but just the climate of the industry and the way it's changed and the business of the music and the way it's changed. You know, sometimes I would just get drained from that part of it, you know, and I felt like maybe I could do other things, you know, contribute to music and film and other things. And then when me and Soup linked up, like he mentioned, it just added some new energy to where I was at with it. You know what I mean? And you know, we built a very good working relationship, you know what I'm saying, since then, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's my Midwest brother right there. Like, I always got his back when it comes to music, anytime you need me, you know what I'm saying? That goes beyond just at XrossRoads, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, he's a working artist that's defined himself by himself coming out of Detroit. And in my opinion, he's a legend in his own right. You know, lyricist, a battle rapper. He didn't even mention he was in the Guinness, you know, he did the Guinness freestyles this past year, killed it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't mention all the awards he gets as an independent hip hop artist come out of Detroit. He didn't mention none of that.
Hey, dog.
He's proven.
2019 was our year. We won best duo. We won best duo
independently.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Titan, we got independent.
Right.
We won. Hold up. Okay. Detroit Music Award, Best Outstanding Composer, that was 2019. Best Lyricist 2019.
Yeah.
Hip Hop, what was this? Hip Hop Excellence in the Music 2019. Best Freestyle 2019. Like we was clean. Like 2019, we was cleaning up. Like
as far as independent music, we was a problem,
cleaned up. We brought them, like, I mean, like, you know, like doing it independently. Like, these are Grammys right here. I don't care what nobody say, dog.
Yeah. And honestly,
are Grammys, dog.
Right. And honestly, we were scratching the surface because we only put out a single and a video. We toured overseas, and we put out an EP called XML, which is a dope body of work too, prior to the current release.
And we had a few videos to go on. We just gave them a little, you know, we gave them a nice little something to eat. You know what I'm saying? And it was
a lot of it was really exercise and just testing the waters, and also just sharing some of the catalog we recorded over the course of like 2-3 months. You know what I mean? So
and it's so much. It's like what's so crazy about the music. Like, we could have put out so many different
kinds of records,
combinations. You know what I'm saying? Like,
still,
it's so many different like combinations we could put out, and you know, it's like when you got like say, you know, like you got a mass body of work, but in that like everything is just XrossRoads, you know, the mass body of work. But when we go to carve these pieces out and say, well, this is X amount, and then this is the road less travel, and then this is Crossroads Dead End or something, you know, or this is
right.
You know, Crossroads the U-Turn album or what, you know, however, you know,
U-Turn, that's
you know
crazy.
what I'm saying? Just crazy stuff like that. But with the body of work that we got, but just touching back on the fact that like Baby Paul is come from a big lineage and what he's done and accomplished in his career, and what I've done and accomplished in my career. So like together we are at this impasse or this pass. You know what I'm saying? Where now it's like like Baby Paul said, you know, he was done with the game. He was like, yo, man, look, I'm gonna give you a couple beats, my dude, and I'm gonna go sit down somewhere. I'm like, no, you not. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
you know
I was really, it's crazy. I was really in that place. I mean, and I've helped a lot of people, and I think that's part of what my frustration was too. Beyond the business is just knowing I supported a lot of people's careers, not just with my music, but you know, like in terms of even business, you know, support people's vision, helping them with certain things, whatever that may be, touring, marketing, business management, road management. I did so many things behind the scenes beyond producing music. And I felt like, you know, what more can I do? You know what I'm saying? And be happy doing it. But I got a new win thanks to this Crossroads project and other things that just started falling in my lap. And, you know, I'm blessed to say that thanks to him, you know, he did save me from giving it up.
Like, and then like we was doing like, you know, like once we started like doing like songs and stuff, like they just started rolling. Like it was like every day. It was every day and every day. And you know, shout out to Chris Cronus Type Records. You know
Definitely.
what I'm saying? Shout out to, you know, like Marv.
Alexis Alon.
Yeah, Lex, my girl Lexus, Royce 5'9", Brother Kid Vicious came through, Marv 1 came through, blessed it.
Bro, we still got those records. Wow, I just thought about that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We got some stuff in the play. You know what I'm saying? And like to me, this material is a timeless effort because you got to look at the type of artists that we are and the fact that we are still able to make, you know, sound music in this day and age and still get the, you know, the reaction that we get from the project, as in the fact that some artists that I know that probably was, you know, up in the runnings with me, you know what I'm saying, that don't even do the music no more, or producers that was up in the running with Baby Paul that don't even do the music no more. They just onlookers. They just onlookers watching everybody play in the street, and we still in the street playing. You know what I'm saying? So
it's true.
You know,
it's true.
And going
and
hard.
And it's a form of motivation, because I felt like a lot of the stuff that Soup writes, because he said something to me when we first started working together. He said, if I can't be lyrically sound, you know, with this kind of music, I shouldn't be rapping. You know what I'm saying? I remember him saying that in one of our sessions, and it just reminded me that my goal, even from the 90s to now, was always studying the architecture of the game and understanding that if I'm going to contribute to it, I want to offer the kind of music that's going to inspire, and it's going to be the kind of music that stands the test of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the trendy music. I get, you know, what's going on in today's market. You know, I'm not a hater. I understand that things are going to grow and evolve. But if I'm going to contribute to hip hop music as a music producer, I want to offer the kind of music that you can play now, you can play 10 years from now, you can play 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I just, and me as a lyricist, you know, piggybacking on what he said, me as a lyricist dealing with this high explosive music. You know what I'm saying? Like me as a lyricist, like he said, like we want to be the Parthenon. We want to be the, you know, we want to be the pyramids. You know what I'm saying? We want to be, you know, Stonehenge, to the point where these wonders were created before some of these people time, but still is still standing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still standing with whatever structure that you can come up with today. This structure is still solid, like almost to the point of comparing it to being a fundamentalist in basketball. Like everybody's not going to be Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, none of that, you know, but people can be a Steve Kerr.
Okay.
People, but not saying that Steve Kerr is bad. But the fact of the matter is that always the fundamentals of basketball is, you know, you dribble, you pass, you wait for the pass, you go in for the layup, you shoot the jumper. You feel me? Now, if you follow that whole set, oh, you're gonna score. You might not score crazy, but you're gonna score. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, even though we come with the Michael Jordan shit, you feel me? But what I'm saying is we're still Michael Jordan fundamentalists with the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So we always gonna come with the beat, and we always gonna come with the rhymes. You know what I'm saying? We always gonna come
that you
with
can't
the
deny.
knowledge. Yeah, you feel
that you
me?
can't deny. Word.
Right.
Word.
Well, even Michael Jordan, you know, he had to have Scottie Pippen. He had to have the center. He has to have those other cats, you know, in order to win that
Right.
championship. He could have went out
For
there,
sure, for
scored 40, 50
yeah.
a night, and, you know, still
Still
been
not winning.
But if he
And we
wants
done
to
seen
win,
it though. We done seen it happen. We done seen it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just saying, like, with this situation, that's like saying, you know, I could craft some of the best lyrics people heard. That's dope. He could craft some of the best beats people heard. Yeah, that's dope. But when you get that, when you get a championship, you see what I'm saying? You feel me? When those bars lay down, when those bars cross, and you get that crossroads, that you get, you know what I'm saying? You get that championship.
that's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
So what is the work process between y'all? Now, like, I've made songs with cats long distance because of the internet, of course, and
Right.
you've gotten beats from them. But I love the fact when we can come together. We standing there, we looking at each other, we giving, you know, we talking, you know, he's saying what he like, what I don't like. You can do it over the computer, but I love it more when we're face to face. But what is the
Right.
work process with y'all? How do y'all come up with what y'all come up with?
Well, I could say I'm I guess because I've been in this for a little while, I'm a little more strategic with my music. What I mean by that is, and Soup knows what I'm talking about. When I come across an artist, right, and I build a relationship with them, and I get an understanding of what they're capable of in terms of writing and their subject matter and their creative direction, I do one of two things. I have existing catalog that I could present, or I could tailor make something.
Okay.
Honestly, the majority of the catalog from Crossroads was a lot of music I just had.
Okay.
That I sat on. Not that I gave up on, I just felt like I don't have somebody that I feel could translate this music yet. So even if it's 5 years old, it's gonna just sit. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then once I started building a relationship with Super, feeling him out, pause. You know what I'm saying? I started giving him some music, and I gave him the beat that was for Save Me, and he recorded it, and I was like, oh, this is fire. This is fire. And that's when I was like, yo, let me feed you a couple more ideas. So even us developing a working relationship to have the body of work we have and this group structure that we have, it happened organically. It wasn't planned. You know what I mean? And
for sure.
And
then like you got to understand, like Baby Paul is like okay, he's like the curator. You know what I'm saying? And he's also he's
good word.
He's a curator of music. So you got to know that the music is somewhere stocked, organized in a show. You know, it's stuck in places. It's stuck in places in his mental library. You know what I'm saying, or his drives where he knows where it at. You feel me?
Yeah.
So most people,
he's right.
You know,
he's right.
You just gotta know how you just gotta know how to talk to your producer. You know what I'm saying? You
just
gotta know how to talk to him. So you know, I ask Baby Paul. I'll say, you know, hey man, let me hear something, or he'll say I got something. I'll be like, okay, yeah. But what I'm thinking in my mind is when he plays me something or play me something out of the catalog, I already know. Like that's like somebody will say, you know, like, hey Mo, kick a rhyme, right? You would probably kick a rhyme, but somebody had to ask you. They'd be like, hey man, kick that crazy man, that stupid one. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, you probably was gonna say it, but you was waiting. You was like, you know, I heat him real quick with this, and then you know, I'm gonna bring the sledgehammer later.
They want the sledgehammer up front.
Right. I want the sledgehammer up front. I'll be like, yo.
The key phrase from Soup for me is quit playing, man. Quit playing.
Quit playing, man. Yo, man, quit playing with me, man.
Yeah,
I was like, dude,
but I'm at a place where I don't do that no more. I make sure I feed him.
Yeah,
like
we good with that. But no, he was playing. I mean, but it wasn't like the beats that he was playing me was like some trash rap. It was in no kind of way. Right. I was like, yo, but I want those. You know what I wanted those firework beats. You know what I'm saying? When I call them firework beats, is like when you look around the whole room, everybody going off when they hear like, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of, you know what I mean? You know that beat, as soon as it come on, everybody in the studio want to rap to it. Like, even the people that don't rap, they're like, some. They're like, this beat sweet.
Yeah, people start mumbling. People start mumbling, and it starts an argument. That no, hold on, no, you can't have that. You know, like that type of thing,
like them,
which is good.
That want to make people rap. They be like, you know what? I can rap because this beat is dope. You feel me? So I one of those firework beats. So I was like, yo, baby Paul, quit playing. So then he was like, okay.
Plus to add to that, you know, I've been trying to diversify my music. So knowing what Soup is as an artist and what he does, I try to make sure to bring something to the table that will define his artistry. Because, you know, there's a saying, you know, not every beat is for every person. You know, there might be something that I would deliver to someone else because of the type of direction they're going in that's suitable for them that won't be suitable for Soup, you know? And I try to govern that so it doesn't confuse things, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm a creative and I try to experiment a lot too.
as diverse as he is with the music, like so is my pen. Because like some of the records that we done, it's like some people might have never would have thought I would have did a record like that.
Right. That's true. That's true.
You know, yeah, maybe you might have, but nah, that's not. I wouldn't have thought Soup would have did that, but we did. Like Save Me was one of those records. Like people, when you listen to a record like Save Me, like that's a record that to me as a songwriter I would do because I'm a songwriter. You feel me? So I whatever the topic is, I'm going to write about it. So personally, yeah, that's a song that I would do because you know, like again, but like far as like people that's like, okay, you know, or he's a battle MC, or you know, he's a lyricist, or you know what I'm saying, or you know, he come with some crazy punchlines, he's gonna say something, you know, out the way, or some shock factor rap or something, you know what I'm saying. But when you get like certain material, you know what I'm saying, you have to use being creative. Like looking at being creative is like looking at a big circle. So when I get certain beats, I have to use different sides of the circle to compensate for the track, to whatever it is, you know what I'm saying. So with the 360 degree of knowledge that I know, you know what I'm saying. So when I hear certain stuff, it's like, okay, bam, I use this side of the circle, that side of the circle, this side of the circle to you know what I'm saying.
And that's the genius.
The record.
Yeah. Right. And that's the genius of what he does as an artist. And he's proven to me his diversity over time because of me. As he would accuse me of handcuffing beats, I started coming with the joints. And he would be like, and then he'd be like, yo, and then he'll do it. And I'm like, okay.
especially when like, okay, he'd be like, okay, he'll play a set for me. I'd be like, oh, okay, man, that shit fire. No. So now, you know, I'm playing that, listening to that, writing to that. Then he'd be like, oh man, you know what? Oh man, this is a beat that such, and then he'll play that. And then he'll play that, and I'll be like, "Yo, what the hell is that?" Then, this is what he do. He ping pongs. Okay, okay, I know what he does now. I get it. Okay, all right. Imagine going down into a wine cellar. You got all this wine in the front of you, and it's like section A, section B, all the way to Z. Right? He'll be like, "Okay, we'll play A47, and then we'll play B25, and then we'll play D41, and then we'll play F70, and then we'll play, you know what I'm saying, W21. So, but he failed to play all of B though. You know what I'm saying? Which was like some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, whoa, wait. Before we go to C and all of them, finish B up or finish A up first. You know what I'm saying? But he a ping pong. So I got a chance to like hold, you know, stop the little Vanna White turning of the letters and stuff. And we're gonna listen to everything in this folder. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. Yeah, he did that to me in the studio. He definitely did that.
Okay. Like, cause man, it was like he plays, like I told you, like it'd be like beat 4 and then like beat 7 and beat 12 and you know it'd be some crazy, but all the beats is dope. But I'm talking about that he was like, you know, Picasso, you know what I'm saying? Picasso, you feel me? And give me them baby Paul Picassos.
Right.
Yeah.
Bananas, man. All right,
but it's all fun though, man. It's part of the creative process that makes what we do so dope. You know what I mean? And like, you know, I honor his talent, and you know, I look forward to always, you know, through periods of time, just you know, cultivating it and going, taking it further. And I just feel like the road less traveled was the next step from what we did when we first started working together to now, as a defining body of work where not only can he showcase his talent and skill as a lyricist, but also as a songmaker, having a conversation in the music that's needed right now. And that's one of the things I love so much about this body of work. I'm really, really proud of this work. It's one of my favorite projects I've ever done in my entire career.
Wow. Yeah, the EP is the EP is a tone down. To me, it's like, you know, the EP is set for like everybody to listen to, like, you know what I'm saying, for those that like couldn't stomach some of the material that was put on the X amount.
Okay.
Because the X amount was more like, you know, like we hear.
It's throat cutters, man. Straight for the jugular.
Yeah,
it was wrong.
Like no games. No games. Yeah.
And like the X amount, I mean the X amount was just like, you know, we hear, get ready, and then we sucker punched them with the EP, because now it's like we getting you an album on. Like, okay, we did the mixtape, you know what I'm saying? I got the mixtape, and the mixtape has some original joints on there and some joints out of Baby Paul catalog, you know what I'm saying? We did the rebuild,
too, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That, and a couple of we did a 5-5 beat he did, Fairmont beat he did, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we just gave it to him, the raw material. You see my son? Say what's up, little Sue.
What up, young Sue?
Yeah,
Peace, King. Blessings.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that, and then like when you hear the road less travel, like maybe Paul said, it's more of a conversational piece. It's more we talking to y'all, we showing y'all the woes and the ups and downs, and we talking like some real life gravity type things on there. So to me, like for everybody that loves lyricism and, you know, you gonna love the X amount. But for people that like is real, like in the listening to the consciousness, because I think like when you listen to the X amount, you probably be like jumping around with a blunt in your hand, yeah, you know, probably, you know, vibing. But when you listen
straight
to that,
head nod, yeah.
So when you listen to the road less travel, man, you gonna have to have a cigar and some cognac and just, or you might just have your blunt and your cognac and just be chilling, because it's gonna take you there. It's gonna mellow you. It's gonna mellow you out, but it's gonna leave you with something. It's gonna drop some science on you real quick. It ain't gonna be, oh, you trying to kick some knowledge, nigga. No, it's just gonna be some science. You know what I mean?
And what I do like is there's doses in the new EP of what we left behind in the X amount, because the song I Swear, which was dedicated to his mentor Proof, which was actually one of the first singles we distributed. You know what I'm saying? Back in like 2018. Yep. And we shot a video for that in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ty Ferris and Pierre Anthony that joined him on the record. And then we put out Crown, which was just soup killing it. And shout out to DJ Los, you know, Royce 59's DJ. He did the scratches on there. You know, we put a little touch of that Queens energy with Run DMC in the hook. You know what I'm saying? And I like that record a lot too, because it's still showcasing Soup as a strong lyricist, and also him, you know, pointing out to anyone that can really spit that he ain't not for no games. You know what I mean? But then the beat is hard too. The beat will remind you of some shit Kanye would be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about that beat.
I wrote that joint, man. I had this job at this factory, and I was on like quality control. You know, while you watch all the chairs go by, you gotta make sure that they did the stitching right and everything's cool and go better. So while I'm walking up, I got the clipboard, and the whole time I got this beat playing in my head. The whole time I got the beat in the headphones. You know, so on my phone, I'm just playing it. So you know, while I'm just walking up and down the line, I'm just rhyming the whole thing. So
I love the drum roll in that beat. Man, I love the drum roll.
By the time it was like my shift was over, you know what I'm saying? We was leaving. I was done with that boy. I was like, oh my God. I hit Peasy up like, oh man, wait till you hear this, boy. You know that new sound you was looking for? Well, listen to this.
And we actually got the opportunity to test those records in Europe when we went on tour. You know what I mean? We tested both those records. Sometimes, you know, I got like archive footage from that time we was in Europe, and those live shows are just phenomenal.
Yeah, man, they was feeling like, it's crazy when you because like some of the beats that I had we had used for X amount, which was beats that
He was freestyling to those beats on tour.
I was freestyling to them beats on tour, so it was like crazy for them to react to the beats that they ain't even heard the real rhymes to them.
Records,
They just
right.
they just heard us cutting up on those beats. So when
Mhm.
they heard them, it was like crazy. So I'm just off the head spazzing on them joints. So it was just crazy. And then
Like every market we hit, man, he won fans over.
Okay.
Just fans running up on him, taking pictures and shit.
I feel like when you go somewhere and like what I like to do, like as an artist, like we go somewhere and perform. I like to freestyle, you know what I'm saying, when we go, because to me that particular freestyle was
the moment for the fans,
signature for that spot. You know what I'm
for
saying?
that moment, right?
For that moment, for where we was at. This rhyme was signaturely dropped for this event right now, right then, right now. So that'd be the whole thing of that, and that's like a little christening.
Right.
Christen the place.
And what's dope is if people are smart enough to film those shows, and then they look back, if they follow us and get familiar with our work, they'll be like, "Oh man, I remember when he freestyled to that beat at that show. I got the footage, that kind of thing."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember one night we did a show in London, and there was a heckler on stage, and he touched the stage, and he was like, "Yo." He was like, "Hurry up, Super MC motherfucker." He said, "Nigga, I'm gonna take my time just for you, nigga."
Just for you.
And then he apologized. Yeah. After the show, he apologized. He wanted to go over.
I started clouding out him on the stage, and after that, came up to me like, "Yo, man, I wasn't like, man, I'm sorry. I was like, no, man, it's all in the fun, man." I said, I wasn't gonna let you disrespect me. You feel me? At all. I was gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So, and that to me was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm about to really fireball. We about to really fireball this show for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So they loved it, man. They freaking loved it, man.
Hands down, Soup is an excellent performer. He always takes his fans seriously. You know what I'm saying? In terms of delivering, whether it's one person or 100 people.
Because I think like this, my G, like you can listen to people.
Okay.
You can listen to people in the car.
You'll come back? I'll be done in a few minutes. So not even 15 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? You can listen to their music, and that's the whole thing of why we take so much time on the music, so that we're not going to be able to be everywhere our fans are all the time, most of the time, or damn near any of the time. So that's why we work hard to have these sound records, so when they by themselves, they listen to us, they get it. But my thing is, when you come to the show, you about to get the experience that I went through recording this, or but I went through rocking this song. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna turn it up a notch to make it to hear on your next stand up, to make you go home with a better experience. So when you listen to the record in the car again, you're gonna be extra hyped, because now that's gonna be, you feel me? You're gonna do, oh man.
Right.
That's why, unfortunately with COVID, man, we're not to cut you off. Unfortunately with COVID, we didn't get the opportunity to capitalize on touring, because I think the music that we've made and put out would have been easily translated on a tour or live shows. And with quarantine and the virus, it's like the live show segment is missing for a lot of artists, including ourselves. But I feel like when the opportunity presents itself again, between now and then, and we'll probably have some more music out even by then, we're going to be ready for it. We're definitely going to be ready for it.
That's what's up, man. So you mentioned Europe, and probably about a year ago, we went over to Europe. That was our first time getting over there. What's the difference? Huh?
How you like it?
Oh, I dug it, man. I dug it. They was a different crowd, man. They old school. Let me put it like that. They more, I went into the club and they was bumping OLL Cool J. They was, you heard Run DMC, you heard
I don't think that to the fact that they old school.
Old school, I agree with Soup. I think they just appreciate quality music.
Or that they caught in the time warp or nothing. It's just like, like some people like fine cognac, and just so
they appreciate the culture.
Yeah, that fine cognac was made in 18 such and such. So just because they still drinking something from 18 such and such doesn't mean to me that they old school. It's just that they find connoisseurs of the music. They want to hear the quintessential elements of what hip hop is, and they take hip hop serious.
Seriously.
So here, like they actually still follow what the elements of the culture is. Like when you come to a rap show here in the city or whatever, you're not 9 times out of 10. Depending on what rap event it is, you're not going to see nobody breakdancing.
Okay.
You're not going to see that.
Right.
You're not going to see somebody on the wall graffiti in the whole building. You're not going to see that.
Okay.
But these are the elements. Okay.
You're not going to see a DJ really cutting up records as opposed to just being tastemakers playing a record.
But these are the elements that we see when we go over there. And so, I mean, it's not like they're not over here, but I'm just saying at the average rap show, you'll probably see, a couple of DJs. Because I know a bunch of DJs myself. So I know there's shows where actual DJs get out and do and rep the culture in a way. But then I know I've been to a lot of shows where it's just like DJs is just putting CDs in or just playing stuff off the iPod or whatever device that they playing, and is not really hands-on. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. But go ahead, baby.
I want to add on to what he's saying, because for example, when we toured Europe, we did a hip hop show, quality hip hop show in Italy. Then we went to a party where our team got to DJ a party in a club in Italy.
Right.
Now the party in the club, it was the turn up shit.
It was the turn up.
And we had a good time that night, right? So we had a good time. They was playing all the hottest music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So mind you, this is Italy, one market where you can get both experiences all in one night.
Yeah.
But so there is an audience for what is quote unquote current right now, but then there's also a real audience for what is legendary, what is curated quality, the elements that he's speaking on. They don't disregard it. No. They don't disregard it.
They like, yo, this is the building blocks of the record. And then in some spots overseas, they don't even want to hear that crap. They don't want to hear that other crap because they know it's not real barn. They know it's not real. It's like people's like, yo, we like popcorn. I don't like caramel corn. I don't like kettle corn. I don't like, sour cream and chive corn. We like regular popcorn with the butter, my G. You feel me? And that's what it is. But like Baby Paul said, it's markets over there. Like right at one market, it's multiple markets in this one market. You know what I'm saying? But still they hold, like what we hold to be sacred. Hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And they hold it sacred in that form, in what it is. I mean, you can come over there and kick your thing and do your thing, and they gonna suck it up because they love the music and they love that. But those artists that I know that goes over there into that market and are really successful, are real, true to life MCs, other than big mainstream artists.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I dug it, man. I loved it over there. It was refreshing to walk into a club and you was hearing, the Mobb Deep, and you know what I'm saying. I thought it was refreshing, man. I dug it a lot. I was just like, wow, they really understand. You know what I'm saying, the culture. You know what I'm saying.
And like I don't, and then like I'm not saying that I'm just such a hip hop purist where I'm so detached from today's music or today's understanding of hip hop because or that I'm a generation basher or something. You feel me? Like in no kind of way am I that, because even in today's music, far as me being a listener to as well and a fan of the culture as well, there are still artists out here that are feeding us with what we would want to, what I would think today's youth artists would sound like. I was just talking to Baby Paul, telling him I was with the kids all this week, part of the architecture, the hip hop architecture camp with Michael Ford, where he teaches the kids architecture and also hip hop, and hip hop through architecture is so crazy because we build rhymes, so we can build buildings. You feel me? So it's crazy. So when you listen to the kids, because the kids got to come up with their raps and stuff about different things. So when you listen to these young lyricists, and you listen to some lyricists that are young lyricists that are patterning themselves after today's time, and then you listening to a bunch of young artists that actually have their own voice, their own style, I mean, and their own way of putting they vocab and they words together to form these lyrics. And it's so crazy. It's sweet, man, because now you getting, like, I'm hearing young artists that could possibly be the next Rakim or the next, Roxanne Shante, or the next Little Kim, or the next Rhapsody, or the next 3D Nate, these little artists, you know what I'm saying? The next Ice Cube, because I'm hearing them. But it's like the right development has to go into their artistry, and the right teaching has to go in to shape their mind for me to be quality sound artists, later on in life. But yeah, man, we love the overseas.
Wow. I think that's what is needed too for the next generation. You need more mentors who come from the culture, may have some more life experiences and accomplishments in the music, to educate them as needed, to cultivate their talent as needed. So that way you get an extension of artists that are creating music, contributing to the culture, that don't forget the architects and don't disregard the architects. And it just makes everything better, you know what I'm saying, on a mainstream level. So there's less quote unquote dummy music, less disposable art, if you understand what I'm saying.
And the fact of the matter is that when we as older artists or whatever that are sound with hip hop, and we know what hip hop is, it's always good for us, like Nas said, carry on tradition.
Carry on tradition.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm always saying that.
And actually, AZ said that. Some of us is trying to carry on tradition.
Yeah,
that's right.
He said it first. Life's a bitch.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact of the matter is that, like, every year we celebrate Christmas, and every year you get the green and the red presents, or the gold presents, or the ornaments on the tree in the same way, the star at the top of it in the same way, the gifts under the tree in the same way, the wreath on the door in the same way. They carry on tradition. So we should carry on the hip hop tradition in the same manner.
I agree.
Mike, you know what I'm saying? MC, DJ, B-boy, graffiti artist, Fifth Element, knowing what the fuck to do with it. You feel me?
Right.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. No doubt.
That's what's up. So tell me about the day that you opened up for Snoop Dogg. What happened that day? And did it come to a point where you and Snoop Dogg actually was blowing by the end of that thing? What was that?
Okay. Yo, that was crazy, because this was when I was part of the Dreadnought. We had put out a CD, a tape called City of Trees, and we was just running around Detroit crazy, just promoting it, performing everywhere. We got radio play. We was doing the do, you know what I'm saying? So working with RJ Watkins, which is he's like a radio mogul here in Detroit, and out here in Highland Park, his station was based in Highland Park, was 88.1. So we was always up at 88.1. They was like one of the first radio stations that played, the Dreadnought music, you know what I'm saying, my music and stuff like that. So they had a show up there, we was one of the, popular groups that was performing throughout Detroit. So we got a chance to be on the show that they was putting, they had the Snoop Dogg show. So we was able to, perform on the show. We killed it, rocked it like super hard. And that was the time Snoop had came here in an armored truck. They had him pull up in an armored truck. It was crazy, you know what I'm saying? So we got to chill in the back with him. We got to meet up. I think he was there with his pops. My OG had chopped it up with him and stuff like that. So it was a good experience, man, to be able to perform with Snoop and actually, like meet him in like the time of his career when he was just like really popping like crazy, like just off the bench. Like, here we go with Snoop Dogg. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that was just like a wonderful thing. And to me, like, as an up-and-coming artist at the time, and still to me, up-and-coming artist period, is like, that's one of the things that help boost your career. That's one of the things that you learn from, because I got a chance to see Snoop Dogg perform live. I got a chance as a student of the game to watch an artist that I also liked and thought was actually dope, and he could freestyle like crazy. So so all I'm doing is, again, being a fan.
Absorbing that.
Yeah. Being a
soaking
fan.
That sponge up.
You know what I'm saying? Because now, me watching the artist is like, all that's teaching me is not to rock a show like him, but learn how to control a crowd like him.
Right.
But not do it like him. Do it like me. But use use the techniques of controlling the crowd, but not in the manner in which he's using.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a crazy time, and that made me think of like when I got a chance to open up with Houdini, and I met Rakim, and that was like crazy. And like, and if you know me, you know what I'm saying, like, man, Rakim is like the end all be all. Like, I mean, I'm, you know, like,
he's still one of my all-time favorites also.
Man, it's like, it's
down.
crazy. I love, man, the Onyx, man. I love
Rakim, Slick Rick, G-Rap, Paris One.
You know, Nas, you know, Jay, but like, you know, to me, Rakim is, man, stop it. So, and you know, Jalil and Ecstasy and them from Houdini, they're my peoples like that. So, you know, when they saw me at the show out there in Pontiac, you know, Jalil snatched me on stage. And when he snatched me on stage, you know, they, you know, the crowd went crazy because, you know, my name was popping, you know, around the city, around Michigan, you know, hard. So they're like, yo, you know, Jalil, like, y'all know Soup, y'all know who this is? That crowd like, it's Soup, So, you know, Jalil, like, y'all want to hear him rap? You know, like, yeah. So I just bust a crazy freestyle about 3 minutes or something, and Josh snatched the mic, like, you giving me too much, So, you know, the crowd went crazy. You know, I walked off the stage. Houdini started their show. Walked off the stage, went to the back of the stage, bumped into this guy, looked up. Yo, fucking Rakim.
God.
Rakim, like, you don't tell. The guy, like, yo, man.
Rakim has this enigmatic personality that when you see him, it's almost like, oh, the God of Rakim.
That's what I said. I was like, yo. I was like, God, like, yo. He was like, yo, man. He was like, yo, that was dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, he's like, yeah, man, you dope as hell. I said, yo, man, I know another man is not supposed to worship another man. I said, dog, but you are the God, dude. You are, yo, the God told me I was dope. Man, Muhammad, a nigga can't tell you nothing after that. Nigga can't tell me
Kanye West.
I don't care. I don't care. I didn't.
Right.
A million records sold, 2 records sold.
Right.
Triple, quadruple platinum, double wood in the grave, nigga. Rakim said I was dope. Fuck what you taught.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. All right. So speaking of Nas, what was it like to work with him, baby Paul? Because Nas is up there at the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He way up there. So
he Rakim's son, man. I keep telling you.
Yeah, he is. Nas is a student of Coogee Rap, Rakim, and KRS One, and Slick Rick.
Yes.
Just imagine all of those guys combined. That's Nas.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? For me, it was a crazy time because this is 2001. I had just left the Beat Miners. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Beat Miners, of course. DJ Rudy, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Walt, Duck Down Records, the whole crew. But I was just at this transitional phase where we had just did an album for Raucous Records. Yeah. We had a bunch of people on that album. And the label was going through a thing where they were spending a lot of money, but they weren't handling their business on the marketing. So came out to like lukewarm reception, and I wasn't really happy about that. Right. And I got the opportunity to work with Nas on that album. He was actually recording a lot of songs in the Bahamas. Yeah. And then I got the call from Lenny Nicholson, who's an A&R at Sony at the time. And he was the one behind A. Marie's music too. Okay. So when I got the confirmation that I had placed the record with him, he said they were booking a studio in New York when he comes back from the Bahamas. So we recorded at a studio in Times Square called Right Track Studios. And, you know, he was there in the session. It was a good vibe. And I hadn't heard the music yet. I knew what I contributed musically, but I didn't hear what he did to it until I sat down with him in the studio. So he recorded some of the vocals in the Bahamas. Then he was like, yo, I still got to finish it up, but I want you to hear what I got. Tell me what you think. So he played the record, and I was like, okay, this is dope. But then I realized he was dissing people on the record. So I was like, damn, it's a diss record. I ain't gonna get a single. You know what I'm saying? I'm competitive. I want to get a hit record, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully make sure that my presence is felt with the music in the market. But I was honored to still be able to work with him. So I said, all right, I'm gonna make sure this record is the best record I could possibly make it. So, you know, I gave him my input on his vocals, and then I sat in with him as he was laying the rest of his vocals and his verses. And then because the concept of the song was Destroy and Rebuild, I kind of like made some suggestions about what he was saying about the people he was mentioning in the record and close it out with a positive note. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when it ends, it's like, okay, I said what I had to say, but I'm coming at y'all in a sense of, you know, like ended it on a peaceful note. You know what I'm saying? So he followed my suggestion, and then I mixed the record.
Yeah.
And I think I sat in that studio probably another 4 or 5 hours just on the mix. You know what I'm saying? With the engineer, Kevin Krause, probably one of the best engineers I've ever worked with. You know what I'm saying? Very good ear. You know what I'm saying? And he mixed the record with me, and then I was like, okay, cool. And it's funny because on the downtime while Kevin was just doing the tweaks on the engineer, we got to talk live. I had a copy of the DVD, the story on Death Row.
Yeah.
I had a copy of it on DVD, watching it. And so we was watching it together on our downtime. And this is when they was talking about everything that Suge was doing with Death Row and all the drama and Pac and everything. And it had clips where Pac was dissing Nas in the DVD. So I'm watching it like, oh shit, hope you don't get mad. You know what I'm saying? I put this on. He was cool with it. Then he actually asked me, he said, why do you think Pac was so mad at me back then? I said, man, I don't know. I never met him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, he had an objective mind about it, you know, because I could tell he was a fan of Pac and Hurt, that they had beef at that time. But, you know, it is what it is. He's still Nas. He still got to assert his own position in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think he was being open about being a fan of his and disappointed that he felt that way towards him. You know what I'm saying? Before he passed.
I think Nas. I think, you know, I think Pac did this Nas. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the middle. I'm from Detroit.
Right.
West. You feel me? But I think in Pac's, you know, because I'm a person, I got a little quick, little high head, little sis, you know, little streak of that. You feel me? That I'm trying to put together. You feel me? But I think, you know, when Pac was dealing with the situation with Big, I think Pac just dissed all of them because
took it out on everybody.
He took it out on everybody because he felt that people was going to ride with Biggie just off of everybody's association already.
Yeah.
So it was like he was just already gearing up for them to say fuck him, even though if he didn't think that's like say this, say Muhammad, me and you cool, you my mans, right? Okay, and then but you got like 4 or 5 partners that I fuck with too. You feel me? But they your mans in them. Right. But I fuck with them too. They my dudes too. Right. But I know that because me and you into it, I'm going knowing the whole scheme of when you get into it with somebody, the art of war, all that. Right. That I know that once me and you get into it, either it's going to have to be a situation where they fully get why me and you got into it, other to take my side. But if they don't get it, they're going to take your side. Off of association. They're gonna be like, Soup tripping. But if one of your men's or all of them brothers be like, well, you know what? Soup do got a point. Muhammad do be on that bullshit. You feel me? Then you know what I'm saying? Then it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And everybody gonna step back and say, well, you know, hey, they might take my side or they might just step out the way. You know what I'm saying? But I think, you know what I'm saying, like looking back, just looking at that, I think just like in the fury of being angry, I think he was like, you know what, fuck all y'all, because y'all gonna ride with him on that bullshit anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how
and you know, we watched the DVD, and then when we finished watching it, I just gave it to him. I said, yo, you keep it, man. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, good looking. And then we talked about his deal at Sony and the fact that the owners of Interscope Records offered him a record deal to buy him out of his contract at that time, and he didn't do it. And this was around the time when Jimmy Iovine and Ted Fields, the owners of Interscope, they was riding heavy with Dre, and they had just re-upped off of the success of the stuff they was doing with Dre. And they made about like $400 million. And it was just like, you know, wanted to meet with him and sit down with him about buying him out of his deal with Sony. He was like, what do you say to 2 men worth $400 million? And this is, at that time, his thought process. I mean, he's way past that now. But I'm talking about when I was working with him, that's where his head was at, trying to understand how to deal with corporate America. You know what I'm saying? And be more than just an artist. Yeah. And I just told him that you just got to weigh the pros and cons and understand your value in the market and understand that if they invest in you, you don't take a new situation and continue being in debt. That was my advice to him. And I think he listened to me because he's doing things a lot smarter as an artist than he was then. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then yeah, that's crazy, right? And then
I mean, he did Nas is coming. Nas is coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, and then of course the whole thing with him and Jay at that time was just so big that, you know, he was very, very paranoid. Like me even coming into the studio, he had security. I had to get checked before I could walk in the studio.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That was how it was. That was the energy at that time. But other than that, you know, it was a great experience, and to me, it's still one of the most critically acclaimed albums of his career, Stillmatic. So for me, that being a part of my career resume is a blessing because I could walk away from the game and people still remember that album.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. And my name attachment to that album.
Yep.
I remember I was putting brothers up on Nas, man, before they even knew
No doubt.
This guy is freaking. I was like, yo, man, this guy. I was like, man, he like the new Rakim, man. Like, but like, he iller, dog. Like he just crazy.
That
like,
first album was just timeless, man. And you can listen to that album and still pick up lines that you probably never caught from listening from the first time. That's how intense the lyrics are. On that first album.
Like in hip hop, I was like I'm gonna say this, like in hip hop, like Rakim was like, yo, that was your daddy music. You know what I'm saying? And then Nas came. Nas was like our music. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? But by us studying the game, we was listening to our daddy music. You know what I'm saying? Our daddy music is what influenced us. You know what I'm saying? So like it's just crazy how I look at those two artists, like because like I said, I'm a total freaking Rakim head, so you know I had to be a total Nas head too.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
That goes without saying. So
wow, yeah, Nas, man, Nas was the first cat that when I heard him rap, 2 weeks, I stopped rapping because I was like, if this is where rap is going, I can't do it. This is too deep for me. I didn't even know what the hell he was saying. I was like, is he speaking in English? I was just like, wow, this dude is. And then finally, when it started coming to me, I was like, okay, I'm starting to get their language. It was
when I heard him say, I went to hell for snuffing Jesus, I was like,
yo, can I tell you something? That early Nas, I think to this day, is why Eminem was where he was when he first came out. Just those risque lines that you just make, like, what? He just said that?
Right.
What?
I think Nas gave Eminem the poetic license to have those risque lines when he first started.
Yo, man, I was like, holy shit, like, what the hell?
That's the most sacrilegious thing you can say, bro.
Yo, and then when that Illmatic came out, man, I was like, we was sitting on my grandma's porch just banging that. I just crazy. I was like, it was crazy because the stuff was saying, I knew, like, it was like you were saying, Muhammad, like you was like, is he speaking it? Like, no, I was like, yes, like it can be said. Like, see, one thing about me listening to an artist like Rakim, that showed me that you can say anything. Like you can't, it didn't mean that you could say anything. But it said, what you said had to be so much of a high potency. It had to be so high. It had to be so freaking thought-provoking because this guy tried, follow me into a solo, get in the flow when you could put you like a phone, like stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking, let's travel around at magnificent speeds around the universe. What can you say as the earth gets further and further away, planets as small as balls of clay? Like, what are you saying? And this is back then. Like, he just
that's follow the leader. You caught that?
Yeah, stop, man.
Another artist that a lot of lines will go over your head is you can catch for the first time on a new listen, bro. Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just playing Ghetto off the Let the Rhythm Hit Him album. That record is incredible, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. So when I heard this guy, I'm like, yo, man, this dude is like crazy. And then it's like he was like the futuristic version of Ra. He was like Ra, the futuristic version, because Nas had complexity. Nas still has complexity and simplicity. Rakim was just total complexity. I mean, he threw in a little simplicity every now and again when you heard songs like Mahogany, but then even in Mahogany, the rhyming was complex. You know what I'm saying? All high heels tapping on the concrete. I want to know what's on your mind. Like, it was just crazy. Stuff, you know what I mean? But Nas, it was like complex, simple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I think my comparable to what Soup is saying is when it comes to production, I like a little bit of like complicated simplicity in the sense that I never overproduce a record. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that the instrumentation carries you throughout the record, the drums knock and have movement, but I never try to make it more busy than it needs to be. In other words, you won't get me producing records like what Bomb Squad did for Public Enemy, which are incredible records with so many layers and nuances. I like to scale it down a little more. And if I have little subtle nuances and ear candy, they pop up here and there. But overall, very simple and to the point music. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, that's like
where it
like
needs, and you get those nuances where you need them, but that's it.
that's like to me like one of the most like legendary like Baby Paul speaking on simplicity in the music as well. Like one of the most legendary like hip hop tracks to me, like to freestyle is like, you know, like to hear and it just always catch you is like that Mass Appeal by Primo.
Right.
Like, it's simple.
Yeah. But
that's just like,
and the arrangements still suck you in with every couple of bars.
Right. It's still
to it.
Right. And that's just like the joint we did. Oh, Boombox. I was about to say, it's just like the joint we did with Boombox. And it is just found love. I need.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he freestyled to the little Flow the Fly joint I did for Helter Skelter OGC. Rest in peace, Sean P. And he killed that shit too. He turned it actually to a song. It wasn't even freestyle to me. It sounded like a song. Hook on and everything.
Yeah.
So maybe
the Understand joint that did the video for, that shit fire too, bro.
Yeah, the video to that we called it Rock You. The video is crazy. Like we was animated in the video, like cartoon move.
I think he did that. He did Real to Real, which was off the Understand beat. Then he did Let the Brains Blow, which is the Rock You joint, and then La Flow to Fly, which was called, what was the name of the joint you turned into from the La Flow to Fly? I forgot the title.
The Flow to Fly. I think that's the Rock You.
That's the one where you had the scratches in it.
Yeah. Or was it Escargot joint?
Escargot, yeah.
So how come you mentioned names like Rakim, you mentioned names like Nas. How come Coogee Rap isn't mentioned? Because I think he's
I mentioned him like 3 times actually.
Yeah, he
one
did.
of the greatest MCs. He should be right there, 1, 2, 3, somewhere up in there.
I mean, Coogee Rap is in my top crown kings of hip hop. He is, but for the sake of the show, like I could have sat here and named a dozen rap. I mean, I could go down a list of artists that I love, and Coogee Rap is definitely on that list. I mean, Guru from Gangstar is on that list. I mean, Sticky Fingers from the Onyx is on that list. Redman is on that list. Method Man is on that list. I mean, Shades of Lingo is on that list. EPMD is on that list. Illegal is on that list. Little Jamal is on that list. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go. Keith Murray is on that list. Cannabis is on the. I mean, I can go down of a smorgasbord of rap. KRS-One is on that list. You know what I'm saying? Just Ice is on that list. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Brooklyn.
Not necessarily your list, but in a wide range. You hear rock.
Like,
you hear Nas.
Well, I think to me,
a lot of people they mention Coogee Rap that much.
Right.
Because you got to understand, a lot of people in hip hop is commercialized. They not really like us. They commercialize listeners. We hip hop listeners. We listen to the people above the water, and we listen to the people swimming with the sharks. You see what I'm saying? So, to me, it's all teething and eating. Some of those people that are above water can actually swim with the sharks and eat a shark. But a lot of them up there above water can't swim with the sharks and get eaten by the sharks.
And that's the difference, especially in today's market more than ever. You know, it's more about selling music than about the actual skill set of the artist.
Yeah. I mean, because like you gotta look, man, like people said hip hop was this, right? The forefathers said hip hop was this, flat the fuck out. So people was like, well, shit, you know, I can't come up with complex stuff like that. Fuck, I can't say a word like Rakim. I can't dance on the beat like a MC Light. I can't be as thought provoking as a Queen Latifah. I can't Moni Love this away. I can't, you know what I'm saying? You know, they just, you know, certain people couldn't do it. So it was like, you know what? We're going to come up with a sub-genre where we could just go, hey, for 400 bars and motherfuckers say it's sweet. Hey, hey, you know what I'm saying? So you got to understand this. You got to understand this. When the actual game gets too hard for people to play, they either learn how to play the game, step away from the game, or create their own game to play within the game. So to me, when I look at all these different genres of hip hop, and people want to say, "Well, I'm not a lyricist. I'm a game spitter." Nigga, we all rapping. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you talking about bubblegum. Nigga, make that shit interesting. The one thing that separates a lyricist from a rapper is that I use certain words that a rapper would not use. Rapper gonna stick to dick, bitch, pussy, hoe, suck, fuck, luck, buck, truck. I'm gonna be like astrological, you know, it's all in the mind like Johnny Mnemonics, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's gonna be some 3, 4, 5 syllable words being used, you know what I'm saying? Because of my background in hip hop. We came from the educative, you know, form of hip hop. Even though we was talking shit, we still was educating, like, nigga, a bitch is a bitch, but it was still some education behind that. You feel me? You know,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's
you can find entertainment and substance in between it all.
Okay. Right. Okay. And that's
well, fellas, I ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer. I know I've taken quite a bit of your time.
No, you good, Muhammad. We having a ball.
Wonderful, man.
We're having fun, man, because we get to let loose. Pause. Yeah. We've been having so much shit bottled up, and that we like to do interviews where people can engage us and get us to really open up about how we feel about music, the culture, you know, the history, and what our purpose serves in this whole shit. Because we're not just doing it for ourselves; we're doing it for the culture. Yep. That's what XrossRoads is. It's for the culture, by the culture.
And Super MC is the coach. That's why I say it. Super MC is the coach. You know,
we not making records for just, oh, let's make a dope record. You know what I mean? Let's sell 1 million records. Now we doing this to say, look, there's people who still care about this shit. They can do it on a certain level. That's what we're doing it for.
That's what's
up. For sure. And to carry on tradition, man.
Like,
that's why you got DJ Lowe's cutting on records. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like I'm gonna tell you this: a quintessential video of XrossRoads is Boombox. And what's so funny about that? Like when you listen to it, Boombox shows you all. It's crazy. It's hip hop. It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what's so funny was we had shot it at a festival. You know what I'm saying? It was at a hip hop festival. I was doing 2x2 and plus the Grandma ciphers with my dog, you know, Lingo and all of them to do the Grandma stuff. You know, that's my homies. So we was doing that, and it's like a hip hop fest. You feel me? So in the video, all I did was walk around the whole joint, playing some, and Baby Paul music was the theme to the whole thing. So while I'm walking around the whole park rapping, you get to see hip hop. You seeing the graffiti. You seeing people buying hip hop items. You seeing the kids break dancing. You seeing the DJs. You see me rapping. You see what I'm saying? I got a boombox in my hand, which is it was a you know the little thing, the
little classic fucking radio
speaker. But as we now stand in this time frame, you know what I'm saying? Those are our boom boxes. You know what I'm saying? We used to walk around with the boys. Now we got the little speaker now. That's our boom box now. So I'm walking with the little speaker. It's the boom box, baby. So you know what I'm saying? So that to me, that
different time. Yeah.
It tells us.
Wow.
What we are.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I got 2 questions, and then I'll let you go. A serious question and a fun question.
Okay, Baby Paul, you take the first one, I take the second
one. All right. Let's do it.
My serious question is, of course, we got Corona. We're dealing with that. They're trying to get this vaccination to the public. Yeah, you probably already know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to take a vaccination?
Me personally, probably not, because I think of the Tuskegee Airmen situation. You know what I mean? When they were guinea pigs being tested, and mind you, that in particular was just Black people, and supposedly this vaccine is supposed to be for everyone: Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. But I just don't like the thought of being a guinea pig. I would need to know the real particulars of the ingredients of that product before I take it into my body and just trust the government. Yeah. You know what I mean? Without getting too long-winded, that's basically would be my answer, is that I would have to have more knowledge of the actual product before. Because mind you, just like anything else, there's all types of medicines that's out in the world that we do trust when we get sick. Like if you get cancer, or if you got, you know, the flu, or for example, when you take antibacterial medicine, when you have a pneumonia and have fluid in your lungs, you go to the hospital, you start to trust that what they offer you for medicine. You know what I'm saying? But this being a specific type of product made to quote unquote either keep you from catching it or cure you, and if I've never had it to be cured, I wouldn't know why would I need to take it. You know what I'm saying? So I would say no, for the simple fact that I would have to know more before I trust the government to just say, all right, it's a cure, put it in my body.
Feel the same way. Wow. Feel the same way. And most people feel that way. You know, everybody. I haven't interviewed a person yet that was like, yeah, I'm ready for it. Everybody's very skeptical.
Why be ready for something that I don't need if I'm not sick?
Exactly.
I don't even get the regular seasonal flu vaccination. So why?
Yeah.
Me neither.
Man. Oh man, that shit too.
Yeah, remember when we was kids, they had the thing with the circle and they you know what I'm saying?
Tuberculosis or polio.
Yeah, one of them shits. Yeah, nah, bro, I'm straight.
Wow. Okay, I got a fun question.
Okay.
September. Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. Who you got?
Mike motherfucking Mike Tyson, man.
Brooklyn.
Hey, Roy Jones is my man. Was that Roy Jones? Y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have Roy Jones at that bat. Y'all must have forgot. Nigga, you must have forgot Mike Tyson, nigga. Roy Jones, you nice, man. And that's nothing.
Yeah, shout out to Roy Jones.
Roy Jones was nice in his day. He did the damn thing, and I guess he's in the Hall of Fame for being a good boxer and all that. But Mike Tyson is a different type of animal. That's like the best of the monkeys going up against the best of the silverbacks. Like, no, nigga.
and let's just even talk about weight class. If Roy Jones even meet Mike's weight class?
Dog.
As a heavyweight?
I don't think so.
I don't even know. He's not. I don't
Thank you.
I mean,
you know what's so funny too? I always remember
this
line. The first time I even knew who Roy Jones was, and no joke, was when, rest in peace, Sean Price, in Helter Skelter, he did a song I did called Understand, and freestyled off of. He has a line in there. He says, "Break boys' bones like Roy Jones."
Okay.
In that song, and I was like, Roy Jones. I didn't know who that was. But then later I realized who he was after the fact. But first time I ever heard his name in my personal experiences was through the late Sean Price in that song.
Wow.
I'm just saying, man, the other day, just you know, we speaking on Tyson the other day, I was just watching like footage from him, and I was just watching like, you know, they was just going through like I had like all his fights, it's all on this like this footage and stuff. They was just showing like how this man was just pummeling through people in seconds, man. Like in seconds, like, man, like, and I remember this growing up, like, yo, man, like we would always be cracking up laughing because we would always hear how the adults, they was getting suited and booted and paying all this money to go to these Mike Tyson fights, and this shit, it does 4 seconds. Like, you pay all the money, get in there, sit down, ding, ding, ding. Oh, somebody throws a punch. Oh, Tyson hits him. Oh, fight's over. Like, oh, shit.
Right.
Like, so I'm just saying, man, this guy has been a wrecking ball in the boxing world as I'm going to put your ass to sleep in under a minute, man. Like, he's the real. I wouldn't be like, you know, y'all fellas a minute man. Mike Tyson is the real minute man. I'm knocking you out in less than a minute, bro. I don't think Roy Jones has no way on God's green earth unless they're doing some, you know, some mixed martial arts with this shit. And he got a secret style Tyson don't know. You know what I'm saying? But even then, you know, Tyson be to hit him and bit his ear and shit. Like, yo, nigga,
right.
Y'all know. You animal, man. You animal.
And he done had some years off from fighting so he can recondition his body and his mind to even, you know what I'm saying? Man, this is considered to be an exhibition, right?
Hey, it's an exhibition.
You ever seen?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all seen the Avengers when when the Guardians of the Galaxy found Thor?
Yeah.
They found Florida
he
State.
blew
Then he
out.
landed on the ship. He's like,
Yeah, and
Billy Way out here.
they had him in it. He was like, you know, he's a God man. And then Quill like, you're just a man. He's
Right.
that conversation. That's Roy Jones. Roy Jones would be Peter Quill, and Mike Tyson would be Thor.
yeah.
And that's
He'll
us
try to
talking
imitate
about-
his voice when he speaks.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
Nah, you messing. No, man. Roy Jones is a piranha, but Mike Tyson is sharp, man.
Yeah. Okay, now there's a part 2 to that question that a lot of people don't know about, and I just want to get your opinion, and then we out.
Okay.
Before Mike Tyson really started talking about fighting again, he went through what they call stem cell therapy. Do y'all know anything about that? And how would that have a influence on this fight?
No, I didn't know about that.
Cell therapy.
Look it up. Before he started doing, talking about fighting and everything again, he underwent stem cell therapy. And after that, I was just like, wow. They were just showing him, doing this thing in the ring. So look that up. Look it up on YouTube, because if you put in Mike Tyson stem cell therapy, it'll tell you about a little bit about the stem cell therapy and what it does. Because I remember there was a wrestler who underwent stem cell therapy, and he said for months he couldn't even open up his fist. But then after that stem cell therapy, everything started coming back. So look it up. I thought maybe y'all might have heard about it, or
Okay,
check that out.
Well, okay, hold on, bro.
He looking it up right now.
So that means basically Mike Tyson just jumped into the Lazarus pit. He just jumped into the Lazarus pit and about to come out and really keep the brakes off of Roy Jones, is what you're saying, Selden.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but my advice.
They said the cell therapy is regenerative. So that means it regenerates cells. So that means whatever Mike Tyson is in his old age is faulty of, that shit is regenerated. It's at least bringing it back. So that means if his hands were sore when he curled them up, they're not going to be sore because those cells are going to be repaired. Yeah, he jumped into the Lazarus pit, man. He going to beat that boy life in, man. He going to beat that man life in, man.
Yo, what's the age difference? What's the age difference between Mike Tyson and Jones?
51. 54. Tyson 54, Roy is 51.
Okay.
So they in the same age bracket. But the only difference is, and I put it out there, I begged Roy Jones, go get you some stem cell therapy or some steroids, because I think you're going to mess around and get killed up in there.
Hey, man, because, my thing is, if Roy, because the difference in the weight class is going to be also different in the power.
I was just pointing that out, because the power behind the weight, oh my God.
But don't think like, I'm just saying, Mike Tyson is fast and strong. That's like that's like a Mack truck with the torque of a Porsche. Like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
Yo, that sounded like a punchline, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yo, Muhammad, that sounded like a punchline, right?
I think it was.
Come on, man. You getting hit at Mach speed, dog. You getting hit at Mach.
Yo, check it out. Yo, Muhammad, that just sparked the idea real quick to close this out real strong. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Soup is a legendary freestyler. I want to take this subject matter and let him close it out with a couple of bars on this subject matter, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay. I'm with it.
I know he got it in him.
Hey, I'm gone. I didn't even put this in the song. Tyson gonna knock out Roy Jones. Y'all must have forgot when Tyson knocked out a bunch of niggas like 3 seconds on the dot. Right. Niggas was laughing in the audience like, shit, I done spent my money and I ain't seen shit. This nigga hit him faster than the Flash could hit the Flash if the Flash was boxing his ass. Mike Tyson is Iron Mike. The iron gonna fight when the iron gonna strike. Lucky he ain't a Vander Holyfield. He might get the Iron Mike bite. And that's good night. This is the type of shit I don't write to get you and Muhammad hype, baby Paul. That's baby Paul McCartney. We be doing this hard as hell, but they don't be doing it hardly. We ain't the Hardy Boys, because we ain't on no mystery boys. We here to bring the noise. And I'ma scream and slam just like Onyx. And know everything that I say, it is bionic, because I'm on the chronic like Dr. Dre. Back in the day, my crucial conflict got me smoking that. Hey, the barn, let us nigga yarn. I'm woken up in the morning, just like the sun. No warning like Biggie for me to Jay-Z and get jiggy on your missy. Elliot Ness, pulling the gun out of the holster, bucking one in your chest. Oh yes, you should have put a vest around your neck, because it's nothing but headshots and I'm an Army vet. Won't lose my land like Lieutenant Dan. My legs up in the air like your girl's derriere. When I hit it, I raise the roof, Uncle Luke, and I bite that ass like a saber tooth. Hey.
XrossRoad.
Yeah.
Put your X's up, baby.
You gonna mess around and blow something up here, man. You got you can't go
You're
that
gonna have
hard,
to post this, Muhammad. You're gonna have to post this one. You're gonna have to send this one
I
out to
got
us,
you.
bro.
Bro, I got you, without a doubt, man. This has been fun. This has been great. We got hip hop education up in here. We know about the single Rise. I'm gonna make sure I put that on there and let them hear that a little bit.
Yes, sir. The Road Less Travel out now on all platforms.
XrossRoads. I'm
Yes,
locked
sir.
in, man. I'm locked
Yes,
in.
sir. Follow us online, XrossRoads
Yep.
NYD on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Spelled with an X. You know what I'm saying? Facebook. Super MC1 on Instagram. Baby Paul B Peasy Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Check out the merch. We got some XrossRoads merch. XrossRoadsNYD.mydopetea.com.
Got you.
Got Road Less Travel, X amount t-shirts, hoodies, all that.
Bet that. I got you, fellas. Y'all good cats, man. I love y'all.
Appreciate it.
Y'all, brother to brother.
Blessings, King. Thank you for having us.
Yep. And I'll be in contact, man.
Definitely.
Y'all stay out, bro.
Hit us up online and all that.
Got you.
Yep.
All right,
Definitely.
brother. Y'all stay safe.
All right, peace, y'all.
Deuces.
Peace.
Yep.
Hey, Chance, is that sweet?